This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. We are just about to open the market in New York. We're going to talk about NVDA, we're going to talk about Tesla, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin currently right now at your 4-hourly green buy line. Had a bit of a trajectory to the downside. Remember, we're going to cover equities to the extent that we can get some pattern play and dynamics to assist us in our Bitcoin and crypto trades. That's the name of the game. In terms of the specifics, it's a delayed stream. Make sure you're not trading live with this stream. This is London. We will talk about Bitcoin currently really challenging the 20 moving average. It's a big level for Bitcoin to hold, and it has held, just so that you know, it has held here for the duration of the move to the upside with a bit of a push. That lower pro line on Bitcoin and that upper pro line has been automatic. It really has been automatic. If you're trading Bitcoin and you're using fire and ice, congratulations. Let's look at Tesla on the open. Guys, in terms of the specifics, again, this is not intended to live trade. The most important facet that we have right now in Tesla is going to be the 30-minute chart. Just take a look at the 30-minute. We've been looking at this slowdown, okay, this relief consolidation here. In terms of that top line threshold that we need to beat out up and over $246, and this is where things can become serious, up in about 250. If and to the extent, if you're going to plan out the residual of your quarter, if you're going to plan the residual of your quarter out, maybe the residual of guys, let's say the Tesla, what it could or could not offer, I'm just going to invite you to be a part of the specific technical dynamics wherein you're reinforcing up and over $250 as being a real serious level of consideration. And that's going to depend upon, the exact level is going to depend upon the extent to which we continue to push sideways. This specific bottoming formation, okay, if we look at the cuppage and handle, that needs to be conquered by the bulls. So 250 plus, we turn into some serious bulls on Tesla. Always, guys, with that appropriate stop loss in place. But as we're looking at the slowdown here, that is my key consideration that I am interested in ultimately is up and over $250. And I mean prominently interested in. That's going to be a tagline you can just hold on to. I am prominently interested in Tesla to the extent, and heavily interested in Tesla to the extent that we can break up and over $250 and maintain price above $250. Okay, that to me is going to be indicative that the bulls are going to want to push price up with some momentum, given the pattern dynamics that are in play based upon the preceding number of guys, decades just in back testing. Let's look at the specifics on NVIDIA. NVIDIA right now looking like, guys, as we're pushing into the specific lower pro, and it's nice to get that volatility on the open. We love looking at the market open for Tesla and for NVIDIA, just paying attention to NVIDIA. Remember last week on Friday, we closed out and we were talking about the target to the downside. You guys will recall that. Kind of a sputter step in and along with the open. You guys remember that we left it with, well, we have a downside target. We did get a nice move to the downside for anyone who did just say technically appreciate that downside target given the specific 20 moving average. The breach to the downside, right? That specific level right now, as we see a bit of flicker on the price tape, okay, is in terms of the move to the upside, what's looking like it's about to pay is that target to the downside, bam, for Tesla. So that's a nice move. When we see the specific rebound of the 20 moving average that has been crossed over, boom, you see that 20 moving average was crossed under, rather not over, but under, flip back to confirmation near within proximity of that 20 moving average, and then boom, you see the specific target light up, bam. Nice to see the target action. Nice to see the technical dynamics. Again, why do we look at the open? Why do we look at the close? So we can absolutely be a part of the technical dynamics that are being reinforced on Wall Street, guys. That's what we are into. You guys know it's a small group for a reason, and that is just the way that it is. So nice hit to the downside, and we appreciate anyone and everyone who's making these trades possible. That's the bottom line. Let's take a look at the specifics. I want to see on the chat, make sure I'm not missing anything. And no, looks like we are going to be up and okay. Let's see here. Let me dig in 1 second to chats, charts, etc. Looks like we're just doing perfect. That's fine. Now, in terms of the specifics, let's take a look again at Bitcoin. Let's talk about some potential downside value and patterns in play. All right, we have this specific level here that's trying to hold. We'll call that the 4-hourly. The specific 4-hourly green buy line has engaged. Okay, so the green buy line in the 4-hourly, a very consistent level, and yes, it has paid. This is the second hit that it has paid at. I want to bring your attention to a bit of a cross trend line. A bit of a cross trend line after we could diagnose a bit of a flat bottom support. For some reason, the 10-minute chart, I'm not big on the 10-minute guys, but it does backtest relatively well. Let's ballpark this back out to a main line of consideration. The 20 moving average on the daily is a big issue. Orders waiting below, certainly, and you'll remind yourselves, be careful what you ask for, because we did want, didn't we? We wanted this and we asked for it. I said this multiple times. We'd just love to see some sort of a carving and along the lines of something like this. We said that last week, and I will tell you that the carvings have been worth 8 to 10%. What have they been about? 8 or 9%? If you're going to measure looking at the specific bottom to top, depending upon where you measure, you're looking at 8, 9%. In terms of the levels of volatility, it's exactly what the doctor ordered. So swing traders, you guys know what is happening. Way to go. I know you're enjoying this specific market and the dynamics that Bitcoin is presenting to us. And again, it's nice to interact with the market open in New York. So we can look at the technicals on highly liquid concerns so that we can bring those technicals over to our Bitcoin trades, right? Where the volatility can really outshine, guys, anything that would be regulated, et cetera, by Gensler, SEC. You got it. Hopefully he's doing well. I hope he has a great Christmas, and hopefully he can leave our specific crypto alone. We'll see if he can leave our crypto alone. I'm not sure it's possible, but he'll probably make a negotiated bargain somehow with an ETF at some point soon. Looking forward to that. Don't pin your hopes and dreams on anything other than a technical is my bottom line equation. And as you look at the rest of the fourth quarter, as we talked about Tesla, potential big move, as we look at NVIDIA, really, what is NVIDIA doing? Hitting a downside target, sure, but it's engaging in a lateral short, okay? So as you look at a lateral short, boom. Just ask whether or not you chose to short, potentially if you did. Did you lock in any profits? That would be the next thing we would look at. It's a 5% move. It's not a huge move to the downside, but it is a level of interest that we continually are going to reckon into the fundamental framework of what we are going to focus on, which would be that lateral pickup of a short. We're going to look at that on NVIDIA. And I just want to encourage you, as you look at closing out, again, to finish my thought, as you look at closing out the residual of the year, what types of trades are going to make up the bulk of your specific, let's just say your activity, your trade activity? I'm going to just recommend that you pick the winners, is the bottom line. As we look through, and I brought you a lot of charts in the back from a lot of potential, and we'll classify what I mean by winners, but as we looked at specific potential charts that look potentially really great, that are all in a bullish dynamic, understand we're at that 38.2, measured by the Cuppage and handle, that extension to the upside. We would hope on the wicks to get to the 50% at least, that 39,000. It's in the cards if you're looking at the more aggressive targets, as would relay from the wicks. It's not in the cards. Technically speaking, it's not necessarily in the cards. If we're looking at the 50% maximum, let's go ahead and look at the 50% maximum. Let's say max probability, but is it in the cards if we were to look at the 50% maximum on the lines? No, we've got a little bit of difference here. If we were to look at the wicks, we still have room to the upside, but you see on the lines on the weekly, we're topped out. Maximum probability move, that 50%. Noted. Now, room for upside, sure. What's the easy answer for this? To the extent that you are going to be able to enforce 35, guys, 35K moved up to 37.5, really, wasn't it? As I look at our specific over-under, let's just say our over-under, meaning that level over which we want to be long and under which we want to be short. If I were to mark out 37.5, over, long, under, short. I will encourage you, as you're getting caught up in any kind of just a mentality, any type of mentality on anything that you're trading, okay? You will see it work out on anything that you decide to trade at some point, that anything that has a lot of volatility to it. We can classify winners or losers. Winners are going to have a lot of liquidity. They're going to have a lot of volatility. They're going to be easy for you to enter and exit with minimal costs, right? In terms of your cryptos that you're looking at. They're going to have discernible levels. Your price technicals are going to let's just say your price charts are actually going to agree with the standard technicals that are going to be in place with New York Institute of Finance, et cetera. So as you look at what your winners are, as you dig deeper and deeper and deeper into the what could be kind of the risk territory in terms of your ability to operate, to count on technicals, to rely on anything that would want to garner your attention and command your attention. I'm just going to encourage you of one thing. A winner is going to be relatively high liquidity, or at least we would hope high liquidity. It's going to be volatile. It's going to give you the ability to interact on a trade. It's not going to kick you out of every trade, kick you into an immediate loss in every trade, right? Something that's doesn't have the volatility, doesn't have the liquidity, won't let you trade it. You've tried to enter 15 trades with stop losses. It kicks you out of every single trade. The last 15 trades, let's say you've tried to enter to take advantage of a pattern. Guys, it's not for you. I just tell you, don't fight it, and don't make the compromise to the other direction and be like, well, it's just going to cost me a lot more to trade, whatever that would be, X, Y, or Z. If you're looking at EGLD, INJ, DOT, if you're looking at, guys, we like to focus on like Solana. It's nice. Ethereum is nice. Looking at some of these others, Rune and CAS, these are crazy. Rune and CAS are high volatility. Can you get in or can you get out of a specific trade on Rune? Can you? These are great trades. I'm just going to remind you of the fact, these are going to be great trades on Rune if you could count on it. I mean, do we really even want to waste our time on it as we're looking at the New York Open, the New York Stock Exchange? We're talking about Rune, or we're talking about CAS. This is just some of the, I'm just going to say it's some of the distractions that crypto provides. But as you look at something and you're assessing your involvement in it, the people who get hurt in these, and they can get hurt on equities just as easily, or primary assets such as Bitcoin. As you're looking at being long or short, adopt this, please. If you can find the volatility, adopt this. If you can find the volatility and the liquidity and the ability for you to participate in something, and you're going to, and you're determined to trade on something, then make your 15% to the upside or more. Make your 10, 15, 20, 30% to the downside. Make it 30% to the downside, 30% to the upside. Capture that volatility, but don't only be looking up on these. Please don't do that. Do not do that. Force yourself to be long over and short under. Otherwise, you're going to do what? You're going to continue to hammer at this and hammer at this, going up on whatever you're deciding to trade, guys. Be long over, short under on anything with an incredible amount of volatility that could be painful if it goes against you. That's just going to be my bedrock recommendation as you look at it, applicable to Bitcoin or applicable to anything. When the hype is there and you become directionally oriented in everything, I mean, we are in the mode right now of buying every dip we possibly can. What's paid very well? It's paid very well. 37,500 has paid multiple times extremely well over and under. You guys know that. It's been a nice line to trade. If you've traded it, you've done well. So I just want to encourage you, while the rest of the market is looking solely to the upside on whatever you're deciding to trade. And I would just recommend that, for me, I would recommend, I like to see rather a trader who wants to put in twice the amount in a liquid asset in a higher probability trade, twice the amount, and maybe trade twice as much into a better, higher liquidity, let's say asset like Bitcoin. I like to see that personally. I like to hang out with those people. I like them to tell me about why they're trading Bitcoin more heavily than the residual of this, guys, whatever we have going on. You can shake a stick in the wrong direction half the time and find a quote unquote bullish pattern. I mean, we can, guys. We're right here. This is INJ, okay? Yes, we can shake a stick and find a bull flag about to hammer out to the upside. Now, if you want to trade it, go for it. Beautiful. You want to catch your 20%? First of all, make sure it's worth your time. I want to hammer around some chump change? No. Make sure it's worth your time. Will this hold a large margin position? If it won't, why are you going to trade it? Why are you going to hold your time? Let it hold your time and attention away from your other higher, potentially more profitable interests. Why would you throw any kind of a deleterious or just a wild card into your trade regimen, it's a great pattern. Sure, is it about to go? Sure. What's the way to trade this thing? I know the way to trade this thing is long over, short under. Because right now, everybody is counting on an illiquid, guys, poorly fashioned in terms of its technicals, poorly fashioned historically asset, and they just can't get enough of it. To which direction? You all know what direction they're going. Everyone's going north, right? So if you're going to do it, promise me one thing. Promise me you have the discipline to own this level on whatever you're going to trade, okay? Long, good, but make it worth your while. Make sure your entry here is not, I mean, you guys, make it worth your while. If it won't hold the liquidity, and like I've tried 10 times to get a position, it won't hold a decent position, forget about it. I promise you, on your profile, in terms of your trade sheet, everything you look at, you don't want to trade something that's not going to hold a decent level of liquidity for you. You don't want it. So it's doing you a favor. If it's kicking you out of your trades, it's just not for you. Let it go. You want to throw a quarter at an arcade machine, or what do they call those guys? I don't know. It's not a carnival, right? It's not a carnival. This is something we're in the business to make money on. Right? We're in the business to make money. If it's not going to hold a decent level of liquidity, it's just going to waste your time. You're doing it for essentially entertainment. Just get rid of it, guys. Get rid of it. If it won't hold liquidity at a level that's going to make it worth your time, if you can't rack in some serious cash that you're impressed with, not just, guys, biding time, focus on Bitcoin. Hammer into Bitcoin. Get over, under. Make sure you catch the moves on Bitcoin with more margin, more liquidity, guys. That's my recommendation. Solana's been really nice. Hasn't it? Got an excellent opportunity in terms of Solana. We have a flat bottom support. That's great. That's going to play out one of two ways. You agree? Without a doubt, higher liquidity can handle, definitely can handle better levels of margin. You got that right. Instead of going like, well, INJ, all right, great. Everyone's going to hammer to the upside. Here we go with EGLD. Oh, great. The next greatest coin that went down 95% or whatnot. Okay, so another bull flag. I'm fine with trading the bull flag. I'm fine with you spending time on it if it will literally handle the level of margin that's going to make it worth your while. Great. Own this thing down if it goes down. Own this thing up if it goes up. If it won't let you negotiate into a position and keeps kicking you out, guess what? It's not worth trading. If you're applying fundamentals of technical analysis and it will not let you, literally, the coin, the structure of the pricing won't let you, literally trade this thing and get a nice position, forget about it. Like literally forget about it. I've been watching all morning long Bitcoin hammer into specific levels such as that 20 moving average on the upside for Bitcoin. That was a nice level this morning. Did you guys catch that? And multiple hits, boom, 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 boom. High liquidity. These positions paid well. You guys know that. These positions on the 20 this morning paid well. So as you look at the opportunities, like, well, INJ, and now we got a little polka dot. There we go, polka dot. Now, this is one, I know people who trade this very heavily. I mean very heavily, guys. But what's the issue with something like dot, INJ, etc.? Check it out. What is the point here? The point here is no problem. It's another bull flag. It's on the move. It is down 4%. I'm just going to reiterate, zero problem trading a bull flag. What are you going to do? You're going to own it long, over, and short, under. So there will be no tears. There will be no problem. If this decides to go down to the dumps again, man, that's a nice short. But do not participate in these. Please put a poster up in front of your computer. Do not participate. And the only thing that is really participatory is an indefinite look and counting upon moving to the upside on all these patterns. Guys, that's what everybody's doing. Everybody is doing that right now. True? Yes, everyone's doing that. Now, I'm just going to argue to you that if you will focus, and you will, I'll present the idea. You can counteract the idea if you want to. If you will take the 10 bull flags that you're looking at right now, and you'll assess them in terms of your liquidity, ability to participate in it at price without being kicked around on entries, etc., to maintain a price either long or short, okay? And then I'll just make a better deal. If you can or a proposition. If you can do that, first of all, you're going to do better than 90% of the people in the market, okay? You're just going to do better than 90% of the people in the market. If you have the means mentally and the discipline to own this long over, short, way under, kill it. Go break it, break a leg to the downside, right? No problem. And you're able to do that at a level of margin that actually makes it worth your while. And you can actually say, no problem. No problem. INJ, no problem. EGLD, you're not going to have a problem. It's going to work in your favor. I'm going to propose to you that this is going to work in your favor and that we're going to be able to look at the results on this if you had gone long over or short under. Let's say a key breakout level. We'll have to go to like the 4 hourly, I think, on this one to get, we'll go to the daily on, or 6 hourly on EGLD. These guys, in terms of this, you know I'm not a fan, just not a fan of these, but I'm just telling you how I would personally. You tell me how you want to trade them. If you want to trade them like this, and this is what you live for all year long, is what everybody else is trading in terms of discount coins that went 99% off, and now they're in a bull flag and everybody's trying to trade them. I'm just going to recommend again and suggest that you, instead of just trading and the whole rest of your quarter being dependent upon moves to the upside, listen up, guys. This has been a great year. It's been a great quarter so far. If the rest of your quarter, if the rest of this year in terms of its success depends upon anything moving to the upside, whether or not it's any of these peripheral alts, whether or not it's anything, guys, whether or not it's Apple, okay, whether or not it's literally Apple, okay, just take a look at it. You're going to say, okay, you're going to, guys, if you're looking at it, NVDA is a great example of too. In terms of long over, short under, lateral short, I'm just going to recommend to you, and we're right here. We are right here on Tesla. These are high liquidity concerns, right? As I'm looking at the rest of our quarter here and what has fashioned us up very well, as you're looking at a 6 hourly hit on your specific 20 moving average there, the ability to operate long over, short under is, guys, it has the potential to really define the rest of your quarter. As we look at the incoming month and the closeout of the year, the ability to participate long over and short under on Bitcoin, as we were to really look at this and just pay attention. To me, this is very important because we've had such a great year. And I'm not naysaying. I don't want it to go down in the history books as like, well, just completely bearish. No, we have some contraindications in terms of that wick measurement on targets to this specific line, measurement on targets on the weekly. Check that out in terms of your upside targets, okay? If we're to fashion something relatively bullish, can we get an ascending triangle? What is this here? That's an old, okay, we have an old chart that just decided to pop up. That's the index chart. Looking at long over, short under at 37,500. I'm just going to propose it to you. One of two things. Guys, I may be barking up the wrong tree with you. You may say that's not the way that I'm going to make money in the market. I make money in the market when we go this direction, okay? Listen up, London. I only make money in the market when we go this direction. All right, that's fine. What am I going to do? I'm going to say, yeah, but you know what? Sometimes we go this direction, and sometimes we go that direction, and that direction, and that direction. So I know you like making money that direction when we go that direction. That's great, no problem. But I'm just going to remind you, I like to make money that direction, and that direction, and that direction. And yes, at some point, as you define what your quarter's going to look like, the end of the year, you're going to say, I made money that direction and that direction. Okay? I made money that direction and that direction. What does that do? It multiplies your involvement in the market. It just literally compounds your involvement in the market. Yes, and I understand, but you have swing trades, the but situation. I understand it, guys. We got 4 weeks left. 4 weeks left of this market this year, okay? Looking at the equation, yes, I know that you like to make money in the market when things go like this. Boom. Yeah? Well, I want you to make money like this, and then I want you to make money like that. Boom. To the upside, okay? That's just the small request that I have as you're going to look at, okay, as you're going to look at 37,500. It's already paid multiple times very well to the downside. True, without a doubt, it's paid very well to the downside multiple times. So I want you to capture that, and I want the rest of your year, whether or not you're focused on Bitcoin, whether or not you're focused, guys, on whatever you choose to focus on. I'm just going to remind you, liquidity, ability to navigate or negotiate into a position, right? The volatility has to be there. And as you look at just this good challenge of long over, short under, yeah, you're going to have trades, you're going to have pickups, but can you negotiate in a position at, let's say, 37,500, one for a flash trade, one for a carry trade? If you're not, guys, I'm just going to recommend that you try and do that so that you're not just dependent directionally on Bitcoin, but that you're participating in both sides of the market. Because look at this. This is nice, guys. These are nice trades. I don't want you just swallowed up into one side of the equation because it's been such a great year. I want you to, guys, I want us all to really just kill it. The rest of the year, I really want us to get out there and just do as best as we can. 37,500 is what? The equivalent on Ethereum is what? 2,100. True? We're long over, short under. What are we at now? 2,000? Right. So Ethereum is $2,100. That's the breaking point to the upside. We're long over 2,100. We're short under 2,100. Right. Get your swing trades on the side. Good. I'm talking about flash trade with carry trade position, something large that could really play out well if we can get some kind of break before the end of the year. Right. Some big trade. Right. Doge. I'll even throw Doge up there. What's Doge? 8 cents. Right. 8 cents. You're long over. You're short under. Can you trade it? Can you trade it, guys? Can you literally trade long over, short under? If you're on CAS, what's that, 12? Okay, I'm not going to talk about Rune. I don't know what Rune is, or EGLD, or INJ, or DOT. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Tesla, I know Tesla, right? 250. I want to be up and over, out and clear, and just skyrocketing over 250. We're at 230. Right? So these are levels that I'm long over. I can't say short under on 250 yet because we haven't really hit it. Okay, so that's a target to the upside that's going to attract a whole lot of attention. NVIDIA, what's our long over, short under? Lateral pickup. You guys know these charts. Before we even bring them up, I have to talk about them. We can stare at a screen and talk about these. So Bitcoin, 37,500. Catch your swing trades. Work on your liquidity. I want you guys to be excited about trading. I want you to be excited about the markets. Enjoy the markets and enjoy your profits in the market. That is my goal. You got it. So I'm going to roll. I've been up since early with overseas dev work. Shout out to Chad. Shout out to everybody overseas, Lucas and everybody else. We will continue to be building in terms of just kind of the strength of the enterprise we're trying to throw together, and we have been throwing together, and we're really excited about all the success that you've had along with us in 2023 and beyond. New Year's incoming. And I'll just say, guys, it was a sweet short, irrespective of anything else that picked up right along what? If we look at this short on Bitcoin, let's check it out. What'd you hit into? Boom. That's a nice short. That is a nice short. That's capital control line. True. RSI stochastic MACD. Boom. Nice pickup. Short. Red cap line. Short. Nicely done. Let's measure that real quickly just to say, just to get a look at what we got. Not too phenomenal, but as you look at that 37,500, would it have been a reason to pick it up a bit above? Sure, at the 37,760, we had that red cap line. So use your indicators, right? It doesn't have to be a specific all in or all out, single directionally without any other type of a confirmation. We had that confirmation on the red cap line at about a 2.5, over 2.5%, about $1,000 move, about $1,000 move in 16 hours. So we'll take that. That's nice. Focus and harness your skill set and your energies in terms of the details. Be able to point up and be able to look down. Be excited about looking up and be excited about looking down. If you can do that in the market, look at what we have here. We have a lot of up and a lot of down, guys. We've had a lot of up and we do have a lot of down today. So I just want you to hone in on those skills. It's going to be more fun. You start looking down and say, hey, look at that. I caught that short. Boom, boom. And I know you already are, all right? But before we go chasing the wind and everything else up above it, just stay disciplined and please assess liquidity. Meaning what? Can I participate at a consistent level with good technicals in terms of an entry with enough margin that I actually want to use to make as much money as I want to make? You may get in with a specific amount of margin. It's going to just kick you sideways on some of these investments. That's not the liquidity we're looking for. We can't tolerate that. We cannot spend our time on that. right? It's not a carnival ride. We just put a quarter in, let's have a fun time. And no, guys, we gotta look at this in terms of what it's going to present to us. That's our reputation in the market. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be known for. Is will the asset accommodate us? And we do a lot of testing to see if these assets are accommodating us. A whole lot of back testing, machine learning, all types of, we won't call them bells and whistles, we'll call them just fundamentals of technical analysis and advanced frameworks of guys, just top line dedication in the form of development work, just a lot of development work, technical, statistical, just everything that we can bring to the market for your advantage. It's what's going on right now. So we appreciate the opportunity to talk about the open with you about 30 minutes into it. Just to reframe, Tesla hit that downside target. Rather, that would be NVIDIA, wasn't it? It was NVIDIA. Looking at that downside target, I'm just excited to see that hit directly onto the target after talking about that on Friday. Way to go. Right? Nice to see the technical conformance under the 20 moving average. We'll borrow this tactic, apply it to Bitcoin. You got it. Under the 20 moving average, boom, boom. Into that lower band, just brilliantly well done. That 6 hourly is on par as well. That daily's kind of hanging out to dry, isn't it? On our specific lower pro line. Nice to see our fire and ice working without a doubt. Nice to see that fire and ice working. And it looks like Tesla is going to be in the ballpark of needing to get at where, guys? We got to get up over that 250. Get me over 250. Just watch. Oh, God, we need a rocket ride. If we want a rocket ride, that 250 and bulls really starting to just hammer in, it could be a nice move, but we got to achieve that 250. So, in terms of everything, hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. Looking forward to the holidays incoming, and we'll talk to you soon. This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. So glad that you guys all had some holiday time and that we're back into the markets. Let's push really, really diligently over the next few weeks and really make it a point, guys, to get those longs and those shorts, and those longs and those shorts, those longs and those shorts. You can just play on half of the equation. You're going to be missing out on a good part of the market here. Your fire and ice is going to help you without a doubt. And I just say that those lines in the sand that we draw, for instance, that 37,500, that price basis that we want to achieve over or under, really has played out well thus far. You guys know that, so we'll continue to hammer it home this year. This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.